Because defense is the one where you don't get noticed. When you score, when you pass, when you make act, you make great plays, everybody notices that. But when you defend, that comes from the heart. And that shows your character. And that makes us a character-driven team by being defense first. The other thing I say, and I say this according to with Gilas a lot, with my coach Gilas, we need to be a defensive first with my team because we need to take pressure off of our offense. We don't have a lot of preparation time all the time. So we're not going to be a clean team all the time. We're also going to be playing teams that are better than us, that are physically better than us. Latvia, the 6th ranked team in the world. Georgia, Australia, New Zealand, sometimes China, Japan. Some of those teams are going to have more talent than we are. So if we're just going to rely totally on our offense to compete with these teams, we're going to get beat. But if we can make stops, that takes pressure off our offense. But if we're just going to go out there and allow these guys to score on us all the time, and we're going to try to catch up with their scoring as well, it's going to be long nights for us against more talented teams. So it's really important that we be defensive first mindset. We've got to make stops to take pressure off our offense. Makes your offense a lot easier to run when you're coming off stops rather than trying to catch up to makes. I don't know if that makes sense to everyone. I'm not sure if I'm making it as clear as I can, but that's really important to me, again, that idea of defensive first mentality. We want defense when we walk onto the floor. The other thing is attention to detail. You either coach it or allow it. You either coach it or allow it. If you're going to allow, you're not going to make a point of being detailed. You're going to allow something to happen. If guys are running lines, they're either doing suicides or running lines and they're going back. And when they come to this line, they stop here and go back. All right? You either coach it or you allow it. You either force guys to talk about it, to come and touch that line, or go, or you allow it to come here. If you allow it to come here, all right, they shortcut these kind of things, they will shortcut you in games. Attention to detail. Again, Raymond knows how much we stop, practice and go over things and repetitions and do it again and again and again. Attention to detail. I think one of the things I'm most proud about is that when I hear ex-players of mine talk about what it was like to play in Alaska or play at Pure Foods, one of the things they always say is that the teams they played for were always so caught up in the details. And that, to me, and I hear that from ex-players saying that about our team, I'm just really proud because, again, that's really a strong part of our culture. The other thing is compassion, empathy. Compassion, what we mean by that is that we want to challenge in practice. We don't want to, I don't use the word compete in practice. We compete with other teams. Competition by definition means there's a winner and there's a loser. When you compete, you either win or you lose. And I know a lot of guys like competition or talk about competition. I think it's okay. We just try to take a little bit of different tone to it. We believe in challenging rather than competing. We want our guys to challenge each other in practice. We're not trying to establish a winner and loser. We don't want losers and winners in practice. We want guys to challenge. So in other words, When Raymond is going after Japeth Aguilar, we want Raymond to go as hard as he can at Japeth. We want him to challenge him to his best. And then we want Japeth to come back and challenge Raymond at his best. It seems simple. It seems simple, but you've seen, you put two guys into a drill, and they're friends, and they're buddies. You make them do a drill, and they do it kind of 3/4 or don't really go hard. I tell you, it's my buddy, I don't want to embarrass him, he might get mad at me, I might lose his friendship. And you do have that in game. I mean, in practices a lot. When you try to pair up in drills, or even on a 5-on-5, all right? But we try to impress on our players that we want you to go as hard as you can at your teammate. Challenge him to his best. If I challenge him every day as hard as I can, what happens to him? What happens to your teammate? It gets better. If he challenges you as hard as you can, works at it every day, you're going to get better. If he's getting better and you're getting better, what happens to